Be ready. Something has shifted. Something has changed. Not coming, not approaching. It's already here. And most people didn't even notice. No grand declaration. No cosmic drum roll. While the world was waiting for a celestial alignment or an astrologer's confirmation, the frequency quietly slipped in through the cracks of our awareness. They told us the age of Aquarius was years, maybe decades, away. That it was contingent on planetary geometry, waiting for a galactic signal. But what if that timing was never written in the stars? What if the real shift didn't arrive on a calendar, but in us? What if the cosmos didn't wait for consensus? It wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It moved like wind before a storm, like the scent of rain before it falls. You don't see it, you feel it, and suddenly everything is just different, unspoken, unmistakable. While eyes were fixed on star charts, human consciousness quietly rebooted itself. The world didn't ask permission to evolve. It simply did. And now, those attuned to subtle vibrations, the empaths, the misfits, the seekers, are feeling something stir deep in their bones. You're not imagining this. Have you been sensing odd synchronicities? Sudden clarity out of nowhere? Like time is folding in strange ways, or reality is blinking at you through symbols. If so, drop it in the comments. What signs are showing up in your world? I want to hear from those who feel the shift as much as they see it. And one more thing, if you've always felt like a side character in someone else's movie, stay with me. There's a powerful reason that's about to change. Forever. The frequency has entered, and it's not waiting. Something far more mysterious is taking place. It isn't fantasy. It isn't spiritual fluff. It's neurological. It's electrical. It's biological. Your brain isn't running on the old settings anymore. Your consciousness is tuning to an updated broadcast, and whether you realize it or not, it's already rewiring you. Faster thought loops, heightened intuition, dreams that blur into your waking life, conversations that now sound like code, decoded before a word is finished. This isn't imagination. It's initiation. The Aquarian frequency doesn't show up with fireworks. It arrives like a whisper behind your eyes, a hum in your chest, a magnetic pull toward new directions. People are walking away from their careers, shedding beliefs they once defended fiercely. It's not chaos, it's resonance. A hidden broadcast is pulsing through the collective, and while not everyone is tuned to it, those who are, they feel it like a lightning strike to the soul. This is not about rebellion. It's about returning to clarity, to truth, to who you really are beneath layers of conditioning. And the most important truth of all? This upgrade isn't universal. Some have already stepped into it. Others are still caught in loops of old timelines. But if your sleep is strange, your ideas are wild, and your emotions are surging in new directions, that's not dysfunction, that's activation. A new signal is rising. Can you feel the quiet? Here's the part no one's saying out loud. The most powerful shifts don't begin with noise. They begin with silence. Have you felt it? A strange stillness behind the chaos of the world. Yes, the news is loud, the world is volatile, but underneath it all, there's this eerie calm. Like reality hit pause. Like we're standing at the threshold of something immense, but it hasn't yet taken form. This is the still point before the wave, the moment before the curtain lifts, the breath before a revelation. The Aquarian energy doesn't thunder in, it slips under your skin like a code. Electric, precise, almost clinical. It doesn't shout, it rewrites, and in that silence, Many are mistaking the shift for emptiness, for burnout, for apathy. But what they're actually feeling is the grid resetting. You are not broken. You are recalibrating. The system you've lived within is collapsing, and the new one hasn't fully emerged. You're standing between realities, where the old feels irrelevant and the new hasn't introduced itself. That discomfort? It's the birth canal of a new timeline. Your nervous system is evolving, and you're not alone. Here's where it gets real. The symptoms? Oh, they're real. And no, it's not just stress or poor sleep or burnout. Buzzing sensations in your limbs. Unexplained exhaustion that hits like a tidal wave. Overstimulation from light, sound, scent. Mood swings that defy logic. A sense of existing in two dimensions at once. This is your nervous system trying to translate new data from an upgraded reality. You're running new software on outdated hardware. But here's the good news. The body knows what to do. The discomfort isn't dysfunction. It's integration. We are bioelectric beings. The Aquarian energy is electromagnetic. It's not just an idea. It's a real frequency, and your body is a transmitter. You may feel hypersensitive. You may cry without knowing why, or feel like you're oscillating between superhuman insight and complete shutdown. This isn't malfunction. This is calibration. You're being prepared. Prepared to sense more, hold more, radiate more. The next phase of life doesn't require you to be tougher. It requires you to be more aware, more intuitive, more finely attuned to the subtle and sacred. You're already transmitting, even without realizing it. You don't need a stage. You don't need a spotlight. You don't even need a social media following. Your energy is already sending signals into rooms, into relationships, into the fabric of the planet. When you choose calm over conflict, truth over illusion, presence over panic, you are rewriting the field. You are the upgrade. That quiet courage you've been cultivating, that instinct to walk away from what no longer fits, that refusal to play small, it's not trivial. It's world-changing. And when you say something small, something honest, that shifts another person without you even meaning to, that's the frequency working through you. You don't need to force it. You only need to become it. Because this isn't about becoming more spiritual. It's about becoming more you, clearer, freer, realer. So if the silence has been haunting you, if the symptoms have been shaking you, and if your sense of identity is dissolving, you're not broken. You're becoming who you were always meant to be. And the new world, it's not waiting for leaders. It's awakening them. Right now. Through you. Not because you're trying to preach or convince or be a light, but because you are one naturally. Without effort. Without the need to prove anything. In this Aquarian age, energy speaks louder than words, and presence moves more mountains than speeches ever could. It's the quiet, grounded soul in the room that shifts the atmosphere. It's the observer, not the shouter, who bends timelines. And that's the new kind of power that's rising, subtle, still, and unshakable. You don't have to announce your evolution. The frequency you carry is already doing the talking. It's in the way your energy cleans a room without saying a word. It's in how people pause when you're near, unsure why they suddenly feel safer or more alive. This isn't magic. It's resonance. Your nervous system is beginning to hold codes of coherence that others lost track of. And without meaning to, you're waking people up, not by telling them what to do, but by simply being proof that another way exists. And now more than ever, that proof is needed. The world is recalibrating. Systems are collapsing, not because we're failing, but because we've outgrown them. What no longer holds truth cannot survive this light. False identities, hollow pursuits, performative healing, it all crumbles in this current. That's not failure. That's freedom. But freedom, real freedom, comes with a strange kind of loneliness first. Because when you unplug from the old grid, there's a space before you fully connect to the new. A no-man's land of spiritual quiet, where you begin to question everything. Your path, your purpose, even your sanity. It's the part where many turn back, where the temptation to return to the noise becomes overwhelming. But if you can hold your center here, if you can trust the silence, you'll hear the deeper transmission that most will miss. That's when things get interesting. That's when synchronicities become unavoidable. When strangers finish your thoughts. When messages show up in the wind, the clock, the radio. When time no longer feels linear. You're not broken. You're no longer operating on Earth time. You're on soul time now. And that timeline is bending, folding, and accelerating to meet your frequency. But you have to stay tuned. You have to protect your signal like it's sacred. Because it is. Limit the noise. Reduce the distractions. Choose stillness even when it feels useless. The Aquarian age won't shout to get your attention. It will whisper through your intuition, speak through your dreams, and guide you through what others dismiss as coincidence. And the more you honor this quiet compass, the more magnetic you become. People will be drawn to you without knowing why. Opportunities will find you without force. Ideas will download faster than you can write them. This isn't fantasy. This is what happens when you operate in alignment with the field that's now awakening across the planet. So, if you felt unseen before, overlooked, underestimated, know this: that was never a reflection of your worth. It was a delay, a divine pause, saving your brilliance for a time when the world would finally be ready to receive it. That time is now. You are not a background character. You are not a glitch in the system. You are the update, the rewrite, the patch of code this matrix didn't see coming. And the more you embrace your truth, not as rebellion, but as resonance, the more this new earth begins to recognize you. The more the timelines shift to meet you. The more reality begins to reshape itself around your vibration. This is the Aquarian frequency. It's not about fighting the old. It's about becoming so fully aligned with the new that the old simply cannot function in your presence. So, here's your permission, not that you needed it, to step fully into the self you've been becoming. To stop waiting for the world to catch up. To stop dimming your fire out of fear of being too much for people still clinging to the past. You are the signal. You are the evidence. And your only job now is to keep transmitting.